What's up, traders? Marco from King Street Capital. Just bringing you a update on or some analysis on what the week might hold, starting with Euro USD on the weekly. So first thing we're going to do is just identify our major structures, and we're just gonna start here with starting on 1.0500, which is this portion, and just gonna link it up to the exact prices. I like these psychological levels, price levels to the side. These are your major price levels that I like to start with. So that is number one. You can probably use 1.1 thousand, which is also another major structure. Let's just fix that up right here. And we can see that the market is in a weekly downtrend, has just pulled back, retraced. And when we pull out the Fibonacci, um, we can see price has hit the sweet spot, as we like to call it, when it comes to 0.5, 0.618. This is a sweet spot, and it's just kind of being rejected here. I do see that there's a gap that also, price needs to just balance itself out here again. So it might be, that gap might be filled. However, I'm looking more towards a bearish momentum further after this push down. Let's just remove that there and go back to the daily. So after our major structures has been identified, you can see prices just been consolidating in this zone. And when we look at a bigger picture, if we probably would pull a trend line, I'm not gonna pull it from the top part, just taking this level right here, just making sure price hits as many points as possible. We can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is about our sixth one. Let's just get the channel. That's just the downward trend. And if we get this movement right here, and just see price has been descending towards the downside on this one. Well, I like to pull the trend line on the back end. We can see prices bumped it here, here, and also here. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Now we can really see, that price is expecting this downward channel. So what I usually like to see is, obviously I have to look left always. There's huge liquidity on this end. So whenever price came to this area, it got a rejection to the upside. We saw here it went in a bit deeper, but also went back up. So within this channel, we can just give it another trend line. And just make it like this. This channel is being respected here. I'm just going to give it a bit of a level down so that it can just touch more sides here. So when we look at this zone, we can see there's a major push to the downside. Price is really struggling to get back up. But as I explained, you always got to look left. We know that this zone is a zone for liquidity. So always have to be careful on that one. So I am looking for price to get rejected here again, or stay below this level rather, which is just this zone. Now let me do it like this. This might be better with a rectangle. So what we can see, price of 1.08 thousand. This is just a zone that has also been respected for quite some time. And if price can remain below this level, we we can continue looking for sales to the downside, and if it will be breaking this trend line, continuation down. So what I always look at, if we look at this spot looking left, this is our major jet fuel liquidity spot. So these guys would love to get back into the market. So if I, for instance, have sales going towards the downside, take profit will be around this 1.0700, which would be around this spot. And once price gets here, obviously after breaking this major level, if price breaks back into this breakout, break in, retest, continuation down to my take profit zone, and it might even go all the way down, but I know these guys would want to get back into the market. I've also noticed something on the lower time frames, which is a market gap right around here, which was just that imbalance in the market. I think that was on the 30-minute, which is going to be here. So you can see price has been going up, consolidating after this rejection, this resistance level. So these guys would like to get back into the market, but they won't go on any price higher than what they've already bought, especially here. We broke out of this price of 1.07 thousand. We haven't retested it yet, looking at the major. So I am looking at price to just get back down there. We and just a continuation to this downside. That is really what I'm looking for in this pair. We can just go to our next pair. Apologies for that, team. Just go back to GBP USD. I really like Euro USD. I'm not really trading much other pairs. Just remove the drawing. So similar. So there's a huge wick. We can also see push to the downside. And if I pull out the Fibonacci, we can clearly see that we have reached this spot again, retest 0.5, 0.618. And similar to Euro USD, let's get that major structure wrong. 1.0200 or psychological level, 1.02 thousand, apologies. And just make sure that that is drawn. So I do see this zone. I'm going to go down to the daily for this one. So push to the upside. These are the guys that we need to be careful of whenever taking sells in this, because whenever price came to this level, got rejected 1.02 thousand. We see that there's an imbalance here within the market, which we're probably going to see. That's that level. So whenever price got here, it got rejected. However, price is not retested this price of, or the market has not retested this price of 1.02 thousand since March 2023. So I do believe that we would see a retest of this price. When? That is the question. And that is what we are waiting for. But whenever we would maybe want to pull a trend line, let's see if this will work. Just making sure price gets tested here. So what we're looking for now is if the market just gets past this level. Nope. On this, let's just get that drawn again. This is our price. So I also like to zoom out at times just to make sure we see what we really want to see. As you can see, this is also a major structure to be broken. Resistance, turn support, and resistance, turn support, and we are back to our support. So price is currently sitting at around 1.2560, approaching 1.26 thousand. I can just get that rectangle this side as well. Price can remain below this, break below 1.25 thousand. I am looking for continuation to the downside. We have seen, if we can just go to the lower time frame. So draw this trend line on this end. Just seeing the market respect this area. Breakout, back in, breakout. So if price can just remain below this level, I would see something to the downside as we see in this wick, this hammer candle. The market usually likes to fill these candles back up. But again, my jet fuel gents, these are them. They will not get back into the market at a higher price. So what we are trying to see is if the market will continue lower, GBP or if USD will continue with a stronger trend. Let's check our dollar index. Also on its way to respect this wick, these are our liquidity jet fuel gents. Do believe that they want to get back into the market, however, they will not go in at a higher price. That is very important to remember. These guys are drawing the price action as like a magnet. We can see these areas being respected. Price broke out, retested, and I do believe that we might see price getting back to a price of 104.000. So do believe the dollar might get stronger or weaker in a longer term trend. However, that we'll have to see as the market plays out. Let's check what NASDAQ is doing. Okay, so these are just previous levels that I drew up on NASDAQ. So if I go to our weekly, let's just remove all drawings and we can start afresh. Okay, so first thing, as per usual, zoom out, identify major structure. This is one of them. This is where our high is now currently, 1.8. Just clean that up nicely. All right, so that's our first structure. If we just zoom in a bit more, it might become a bit clearer. Let's get our second one out. 1.7. Right, you can see price is really just broken past 1.7, broken past 1.8, broke back in, and is respecting that level now. These are our jet fuel gents. These are the guys we need to look out for. Let's zoom in a bit more on NASDAQ. This is the daily. Daily, we can really see push to the downside of a strong momentum back to the upside. So if price, as it has respected this level, resistance turns support on 1.0700. Price breaks or closes below 1 point or 18,000. This will definitely seem to make a new high then. Just gonna go down to a lower time frame. This is what we need to look for. Trend line, always get my trend lines in. This is my lifesavers because this really shows you a great view of, it just cleans up everything nicely for you. Always like to take the back one. Let's see if price will respect that trend line and break past. And just see this channel moving up. There is a lot of selling pressure coming up here, but the buyers are still strong, pushing up to the upside. Just waiting if the market can close below this price of 18,000, maybe a close retest continuation to the downside. That is really what we're also looking for on this one. So if the market can close, let me actually do this path. Let me actually make the path. It's much easier for me. All right, so the market does come down. These are the first levels we need to look at. You see, these are our jet fuel gents on 17,600. This is our first level, and this level corresponds with the trend line. So once this level hits, the trend line will give it some support to move back to the upside. So that is what I have for now. I'm really only looking at Euro USD. The market is still quite it's still quite early to really dictate the movement. There is some news coming up. As you can see here, not really much Euro news, not really much USD news. Only on Thursday, we have the unemployment claims, the 30-year bond auction, and then Friday, we have some GBP as well as Thursday. So look out for that GBP. Not much Euro news, which I'm actually looking forward to. But whatever we can get, we can get. I'm really comfortable on this. Who looking for price? I'm already in sell positions, looking for price to come to 1.07 thousand to the downside. Thank you guys for watching. If you'd like if you like this video and like to see more, subscribe to this channel, like, comment, share with your friends in case you think this is something that they would enjoy and something that they would see. We're just trying to build this channel, trying to get as much traders as possible, as much people as possible, just uh, getting to work on this market, just helping each other, sharing any ideas. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, King Street Capital, and we will see you guys in the next video. Let's get to work.